fam, you're welcome back to Get Fit on Black Drum TV, the show that gets your body going. And I'm your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and I'm back at ya. Yes, y'all, you're welcome back to Get Fit on Black Drum TV. And I'm still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane. Last week, we had a very, very exciting aerobic session. And this week, we'll be doing the core, the abs muscle. So this muscle is like one of the best and the most important muscle group in your body. It helps you have a very good body posture, and then you need it in every other workout that you do, all right? And besides, it's one of the most sexiest muscle group in the body. So when we're back, I'll be back with two of my friends when I come back, and we'll be going through stretches, and then we'll get to the workout proper. All right, guys, you're welcome back. I told you I'm going to be here with a couple of my friends, and this is Debbie and D1. And before we start, we'll be going through some stretches to get your body, to get your muscles relaxed before we go into the workout proper. So, let's go. Hands up. And then you stretch to the side. And back to the other side. And up. Your hands akimbo. Then you go down, legs straight. And back up. One more time. And up. All right, this time around, your hands this way, then you go down all the way. Back up. Back down. Up. All right. The right hand stretch, then you push it with the left hand this way. Same thing with the left hand. Push. All right. Now, stretch your legs, your quads. Do the same thing with the other leg. All right. Spread your legs. Your right hand to your left leg. Up. Your left hand to your right leg. Up. You go again. Right to left. Again, left to right. Up. And don't forget to breathe when you're doing all these stretches. All right, now your legs this way. Try to keep your balance. And down. And down. All right. Right now we're going into the abs workout proper. There's this myth that people think you can isolate your abs. You need to burn your body fat to be able to get your abs to show. So we're doing a little bit of high knees and then jumping jacks to get the body weight low, to get your body fat low, okay? So we're starting with high knees. Go in. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And we go 3, stretch. Now we're doing jumping jacks. This will help you burn body fat. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. All right, that's what's up. That's it for the stretches and the jumping jacks. So now we're going into the abs workout proper. So go with us. So we're going to lie down to do this workout. All right, so for the first set of abs workout, we're doing crunches. Crunches is basically you lie down and then you raise your upper body up to and activate your core. So watch me as I do this. So you go down, up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it for the crunches. That targets your upper abdominals. So right now, we'll be doing leg raises. This is for the lower abdominals, and it's gonna be like really exciting. So let's do this. What you do is stay in this position, you keep your legs straight, and then you raise it all the way up. Let's go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you do this quite correctly, you'll be feeling a lot of core activation, yeah? Your core is going to be very tight, and I'm sure you'll be feeling like, but it's lovely, yeah? You love it. That's the way to get a very good 6 packs, if I must say. All right, this time around, we're going through another leg abs workout. So what we do basically is raise your hand and your leg and let it meet at this point. All right, we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So at this point, you could rest for a few minutes and then go back to the workout. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So we were doing another crunch, but this one is a little more advanced than the one we did before. So instead of going up and only up, you've gone all the way up. So you have to come all the way up for this workout. So let's go. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so you can rest for like a few seconds, 10, 20 seconds to get your breath. So after this, we're doing alternating leg raises. So instead of raising both legs at the same time, you're raising one and then switching all the way. So guys, are you ready? Let's go. Legs up. We go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so that's it for today. That's the abs workouts for today. If you did this correctly, you'll be feeling a lot of core activation. Yeah, and it's very good for you. It's very good because you would have a very, very strong core. That will help you to do a lot of other workouts. It will help you to have a very good body posture. So that's what's up. I'll be right back in a few. So this time we're targeting the obliques. That's this side of the abs. So go with me. You just come here, touch the ground, and twist. Touch the other side. All right, we go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's it for the external obliques. And now we're going to mountain climbers. These two will help to target your core. So this is how you do the mountain climbers. You cross this way and then raise your leg, your elbow, your right elbow to your leg knee. So your knee to your elbow this way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's it for the abs workout, the external obliques, the mountain climbers. So that's what's up. All right, so we have one more workout to do. Now we're going back down for this. So you go, you raise your left knee up to your right hand this way. So we go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. That's what's up. So this is where we round up on today's episode of Get Fit on Black Drum TV. And thanks to D1 and Debbie for joining me on this. So on our next episode, I'll be taking you through another round of abs workout. So don't forget, it's still Get Fit on Black Drum TV. You can follow us on Instagram at official Black Drum TV. And on YouTube, it's Black Drum TV. And you can follow me on my personal page, it's still Fit with Brain. That's FITWITBRAIN. I'm still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and I'm out. See you next time.
Hello, welcome to a beautiful morning right here in the city of Lagos, wherever you are from across the world watching us. This is Black Drum TV and it's Hello Africa. My name is Favor Aya, but I like to be called Favorite. Of course, I don't do the show alone. I have with me this beautiful morning, BC Belumi, looking really excited this morning. BC, how you doing?
Good. How can you tell I look really excited?
Yeah, I can tell from the smirk on your face.
Well, yeah, excited, but not really excited. But yeah, it's good.
Well then, so today's show promises to be amazing. As of course, we have our lineup of
segments.
Top stories, segments.
So, yeah.
We have our top stories. We have the sports segment. We have the entertainment segment. Of course, we also have a wonderful topic to discuss. And we have some guests who will be joining us eventually during the show via Zoom, of course. And we have our word facts. You can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. All you have to do is join in, leave a comment, and of course we'll treat as
soon as possible. As necessary, yeah.
Of course, we'll just dive straight up to our top stories.
And the first one is a bit funny. Federal government winning war against terrorism, says Lai Mohammed.
Okay, so why exactly do you think it's funny? Because
don't pin this on me.
No,
this is your cue. Okay,
it's just
you
a
should
question.
do
I'm
this.
asking why you think it's funny.
I'm pretty sure you get around to why it's funny.
Okay, for me, right, I feel the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, probably has seen everything that has been going on with the country.
Oh, I think probably now because he might not be in the country, or probably because
he probably might be because this statement is, to me, is contradicting the conditions in which we're in exactly.
Okay, I like how you're handling this.
No, because you're not owning up to it and you're not speaking.
Oh, I am owning up to it. It's the fact. I mean, if you think about it, federal government is winning war against terrorism. Hello, which one? The one in Africa or the one in Nigeria?
Okay, so for me, I feel he should be able to say some level of truth, because recently lots of them have been owning up and saying, okay, we're having lots of insurgencies, and they're calling the president to fix these things. But him coming here to say, and it's the same places where the problems are coming from, the northeast zone, that's where he's saying things have been sorted out. And he's also saying problems of insurgencies and bandits have already been tackled, or they are being tackled already.
Okay, let's go with they are being tackled already for the safety of
But then, of course,
reality,
let me just read through what he said. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, says the federal government is winning the war against terrorism in the northeast zone of the country. The minister said this in an exclusive interview with the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, in Abuja. He recalled how some communities under full control of the insurgents before 2015 had been reclaimed by the federal government through what he described as relentless efforts of the military and other security forces. The minister attributed the success recorded to various morale-boosting efforts of the federal government, in addition to the acquisition of military hardware. So,
Which of the military? Because I know the last time we were trying to acquire some certain military hardware, namely sophisticated weaponized helicopters and a bunch of other stuff. We were denied that.
okay.
So what? Maybe they were referring to the previous one.
And so I feel like there are some that we didn't know of.
Okay.
Maybe they
that we're
didn't
not
mention.
aware of.
Yeah,
All right,
that
I
we're
understand.
not aware
I
of
understand.
that he spoke
All right,
about.
so our second top story says, for scarcity looms as NUPENG commences strike on Monday, which is today.
Oh yeah. So NUPENG, the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas, of course,
resource, yeah.
on Saturday announced that its petrol tanker drivers
Yeah, I heard that.
have decided to embark on strike on Monday, which happens to be today, because of the conditions of the roads and routes in the
I mean, that's a
country.
good cause.
Yeah, that's a
Right?
very
if,
good
if,
cause.
If drivers are saying they don't enjoy driving on the deplorable road conditions of, I mean, interstate and all of that, carrying fuel that can, that is like very inflammable and all of that.
Yeah.
I think the strike is worth it. I think government should listen to them and, get things done.
Honestly, for me, I also feel that if they are able to monitor this route properly and do good work, I don't think people supervise what happens on this route and how the conditions are, because you might just see a condition of the road that probably should not take or cost so much to fix, but you see it grow from almost nothing to a very massive damaged route.
I understand.
People
It
can't
becomes
take
more
those routes.
deplorable
Yeah, it
over
becomes
time.
more. The union gave deplorable state of the nation's highways and other issues as reason for the strike, including insecurities as well.
I'm just not comfortable with the timing of the strike.
Yes, yes.
Because we still have a thing with ASU, we still have a thing with National Association of Resident Doctors,
Yeah.
and then I think something about is it the police now, or something about their pension?
Yeah.
And then now this is covered up. The timing of the strike for me is
One time they also embarked on this strike, but then of course they said they called off the strike because it was affecting lots of Nigerians. But then again today, and to think I've not even...
I just hope it's just a day strike, because
you can't hope it's just like... Let me read this part. They say we're going on a nationwide strike because of the deplorable and shameful state of our highways. When a truck loads petrol in Lagos, it takes 5 days or 5 to 6 days before it gets to Abuja because of the shameful state.
yeah. But now the challenge is going on a strike now doesn't ensure that all the roads will be automatically.
But not going on the
constructed.
strike would cost them a whole lot more, their lives. I mean, because things have really been going, the roads are not getting in a better condition.
True.
And taking this action is not, like you said earlier, it's a good cause. It's to be able to bring a good cause, bring about solution to the problem. So if that's what will bring the solution, I think they should be able to at least go on the strike and let's hear what the government has to say, or the federal government will do about the situation.
Okay, so fine, they go on a strike.
Yeah.
The government hears them out. They reach an agreement, a consensus or an agreement, and then they can't construct all federal highways in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years,
Okay.
right? And even if they can construct it in 4 years, they can't access the resources to do that. Remember, we took out a loan of about, was it $16 billion now for infrastructure?
Okay.
Of course, highway is one of them and some other means. So, and now the Senate denied the president, from taking another $4 billion loan, which of course everybody welcomed the idea. So if they are saying they need to reconstruct the highways, how much loan again are we going to have to request to do that?
It's not about how much loan do we have to. It's about the time they took the initial loan. Was the loan used for the project?
Some federal roads were being reconstructed now. You can't say they didn't touch any federal road at all.
Even if they did, we're looking at the greater number. That's what we're looking at, because if you travel, I don't want to call some routes, but to be very honest, it's terrible. It's terrible, especially in the eastern part. So let's just hope for a better.
All right, and this one says, "We'll take lawful steps to eliminate violent crime," says President Muhammad Buhari.
Oh, again, of course.
I mean, I like lawful steps. Like, there was the option of taking unlawful steps before.
We've heard we've heard this from him. You remember his visit to Owerri?
Oh, yeah.
But then, of course,
he promised to take steps on some violence.
Let's just read through what he said. President Muhammad Buhari has assured that the federal government would use all lawful instruments to protect Nigerians against the onslaught of criminals, including bandits, insurgents, kidnappers, and others. Speaking on Saturday in Kaduna at the passing out parade of cadets of 68 regular corps, Army, Navy, and Air Force, the president assured that more equipment had been received from some friendly nations to improve security operations. According to a statement issued by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, the president said the government remains focused on its priority of improving security, bolstering the economy, and fighting corruption. Well,
it's like they get used to saying the same things over and over and over and over
of
and
course,
over
to
again.
reassure us that things will change, but then let's wait and see.
Anyways, again, gunmen killed 20 in Sokoto market. Well, at least we know these gunmen. They are not unknown gunmen.
So now you see the point where I'm questioning what Lai Mohammed said earlier, because
Also questioning what the president is saying. Like, he's saying he will take steps to, curb violent crimes, and then gunmen are killing. The next story that comes after that is gunmen are killing.
Such irony. But then, of course, I've had to have a rethink about all of this.
You want to run for office?
And I feel, now this is the point where I'm driving at. Because the 2023 election is just, everyone is diving.
It's just by the next bus stop.
Yes, it's like it's already here. So, are they proving that they are still available to be able to rule by saying or making these statements? Or they are doing otherwise? Because making statements that are contradicting the actual truth of what's happening.
I think in
is
the
almost like
playbook of elections, it's part of the steps to ensure.
One of the steps
you need to take.
Specific elections here in Nigeria. That's what you should say, please.
Okay, yeah, you've said it, so that's good.
Okay, that's what you wanted. All right, then I'll just have to read through this. So, 24 hours after 11 people were killed by members of a prescribed vigilance group, popularly called Yan Sakai, at Marmande weekly market in the Guadabawa local government area of Sokoto State, another 20 persons have been killed by suspected bandits in another attack on market at Ongwan Lale in Sabon Berni local government area of the state. Wow. The former council chairman of Sabon Berni local government, Abdullahi Samaye, said the incident occurred around 5 p.m. on Friday, where some people were injured and some of them currently receiving treatment at the General Hospital, Sabon Berni. It was gathered that those with life-threatening injuries were taken to the state capital for proper treatment. Well, to be very honest, I feel like this is becoming an unbelievable thing, because if we're not tackling these issues, they're just getting worse. The special assistant to the Minister for Police Affairs, of course, Idris Goba, who also confirmed the incident, said about 22 people died in the attack.
That's
but
terrible.
then reports are saying 20. Of course, it means a whole lot has happened already in this area. I just hope that our government will pay proper attention to these insurgencies and be able to bring an end to the activities of the bandits and other cases of crime.
Yeah. So lastly, COVID-19 recovery rates dropped by 39%, says the NCDC. Well, seeing as how there's a new variant, the Delta variant, of course, was expected. And then I think people are not willing to take the vaccine.
But no, we can't be talking about Delta. Delta variant has been there for at least 2 months now.
Well, it's
So we should have gone past the stage of making it seem like it's. I think where there's the problem is different from where you're coming from. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control says a total of 2,059 COVID-19 patients were discharged from various health centers across the country between September 20th and 26th, 2021. According to the center, there's a decrease in the number of discharged patients in week 38 and 39 of the pandemic in Nigeria. Of course, he said in week 39, the number of discharge cases decreased to 1,483 from 2,059 in week 39. These were reported in the 36 states and the FCT. This signifies a 39% decrease.
Okay, well, we'll go on a quick break and then we'll come back with more top stories and the other segments of our show. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Joe, if you're just joining us, we've just finished the first half of our top stories, and right now we're diving into the topic for today, which is a very interesting topic, seeing as what happened over the weekend. A very interesting political figure arrived in the country. I'm talking about Tinubu. Tinubu returns to Nigeria, and what does this translate to us? What does this mean for the APC, the PDP, the 2023 elections? And of course, we have two guests who will be joining us, but with the show on the show with me is Favor, who likes to be called Favorite.
For a moment, I thought you were fast tracking.
No, not fast tracking. And of course, we have two guests who will be helping us out with this topic: a political analyst in person of Mr. Segun Dada, and a social commentator in person of Mr. Adeolu Adelodun. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Okay, sir. Good morning, sir. All right, so over the weekend on Friday, after weeks abroad, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived the country.
Are you there, sir?
Oh, we're very happy about that, sir. Okay, sir, that's really interesting. I'd like to first ask why you said you're very happy about that. His health. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By himself, yeah.
A propaganda.
All right. What about you, Mr. Adeolu? Do you share the same perspective or the same views with Mr. Segun?
Yes, good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Well,
Okay.
okay. And coming back, I agree with you, sir.
Well, all right, sir. I understand, sir. But so, is it safe to say that you're not as happy as Mr. Segun is on the arrival of Tinubu? I understand, sir. I understand. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, okay, okay, Mr. Adeolu, before we get into serious issue. I'd like to listen to Mr. Shegun's thoughts. Yes, sir. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Please
Okay,
go on,
yeah,
sir.
we
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you. Go on.
Yeah. Well, speaking about the,
But,
uh,
but
well, speaking
okay.
of the opposition, both internal and external, it is said that, according to certain reports online, that the APC has about two groups. Hello, sir. All right, so it is said that within the APC, there's the swagger group for Bola Ahmed Tinubu's political ambition in 2023, and then there's the, I think, PCG group that has been approved by the APC to support Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. The current leader and caretaker of the APC, in person of Mai Malabuni, has approved of Osinbajo's group, and yet Swagger group is yet to be approved. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Shegun?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Are you still with us, Mr. Shegun? Are you with us? Mr. Adeolu, are you still with us? Hello, Mr. Adeolu.
I think it's a break in network or something.
Hello.
Because I was going to ask, is it just me, or does it seem like there's a discord in the
I
house of
was even
APC?
about to. No, it's not about the house of APC. I
Mm-hmm.
was going to even ask about his opinion about the. First of all, are you aware of his? He should even be aware. But then, what does he think about the aspirations or the informations going about the president, the movement and the plan um, um, for Tinubu to be running as president or running for president in 2023. Can you hear us, sir?
Can you hear us, sir? All right, sir. Please, can you react to Mr. Shegun's?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Could you please react to Mr. Shegun's perspective? Yes, sir. We confirm we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Well, the last speaker I can see is very passionate, and all of us are passionate about the the state of the country. But for
Yes, sir.
me, like I said, uh, I think we should get our priorities straight, and especially as youth, we should know what we want. Uh,
Okay.
a lot of unfair around politicians, and these people really care less about you. I just mentioned doctors have been on strike for how many months in this country, and what we can dance and talk around is someone that went abroad on a privileged treatment and came back. Everybody's happy that he's back. But for me, I'm thinking about the country. I'm thinking about that little guy on the street that doesn't have that privilege as well to go and get a good health care. So let's just welcome him back and let's face the business of building the nation.
Yeah, but then his arrival has, at some point, has a way of impacting the development of the nation moving forward. As speaking about his ambitions for 2023.
Well, that is, I'm not a politician. That's for the politician to decide. But I just feel that we need to get our acts right. 2023 is going to come just like 2014 and 2019. We're still going to make decisions out of sentiment and out of emotion. And when all is said and done, we come around and complain. So I think we've all seen that all politicians are the same. So let's just calm down and really put our objectives straight and ask questions and let's be concerned about the country, not about an individual. Let's be concerned about the state of our country. I really
Well,
don't care who emerges in 2023, but what I care about is how do we build this country and get this country forward.
Okay, but then talking about um, why attentions had to be on Tinubu. Of course, Tinubu is happens to be the former governor of Lagos State,
yeah.
and of course, is the current chairman of APC, which automatically means attention should be on him and his absence. And then, of course, on his arrival, lots of people had to show concern both on the media and physically about his arrival. So I'm sure that is one of the reasons why Mr. Adeolu had to
Mr. Shegun.
Mr. Shegun had to pose his concerns about the man's arrival. But then, of course, you came in with something different. So do you think it's not proper for them to welcome him in the manner they did as a result of the situations the country is
Given
facing?
that he is their national leader.
Given that exactly.
Well, he was welcomed by his party. There's nothing bad in that, and his fans, and there's nothing bad in that. I'm just saying that as youth, we need to start. We need to reduce idolizing these people, and let's start to ask them questions. Let's start to confront them with difficult questions, and let them give us answers to the problem of this country. We cannot all sit down here and see the way the country is going, and what we can do is just to be celebrating Mr. A or Party B or Mr. C. So for me, anybody can welcome anybody. If I travel abroad, my family will welcome me. My church will welcome me, or my religious faith. So if that's the way they want to welcome me, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Sir, saying
But
anybody
after they
can
have done the
welcome
welcoming,
anybody.
let us ask questions. How do they want to move this country forward?
Hello, sir. Saying anybody can welcome anybody, does that cover the person of the current governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who left his office to go and welcome his national leader at the airport? Would you say that is like the right thing to do?
He's his national leader.
He's a party member.
But he's the current governor of Lagos.
Was under a political party. So they must have some of their protocols and some of their guidelines or whatever they subscribe to. Like I said, I'm not a politician. I'm just observing the state of things. And as a citizen, I feel that what is important at this time is really not what we are putting on the front burner. So let's get over the ceremony and let's go back to the business of building the nation. Now it's back. You should come and help us address some of the issues that are on ground. Let him talk about the insecurity, about the economy. What are his views? What are they doing? Their parties in power. So let's know what their plans are. for the country.
All right, sir. Mr. Shagun, this second question is actually directed for you. As seen as, like I said earlier, APC has a group that supports Tinubu for 2023 ambitions, and also
Yes,
another group that supports.
I was about to
Okay,
answer
sir.
that before my network
All right,
cut
sir.
me off. I'm sorry about that.
All right.
Now,
No
this is
problem,
the
no.
problem I keep reiterating about the media. You see, you keep looking for divisions where there are none. You keep looking for issues where there are really no issues. You are the ones that should be piloting and focusing the affairs of the priorities of this nation, not keeping on in SWAT, as I understand it, is Southwest agenda for 2023. So
Yes, sir.
Yemi Osinbajo is from the Southwest.
Okay.
Every other person is from the South. I mean, so if they are pushing for that, they don't really need to register as a support group within the party. Not in the party has over 10,000 support groups for all sorts of. We have the professionals forum, we have the APC, Progressives Clan, Progressives Hub, we have a national hub of Progressive. We have all sorts of support groups. Now, the protocol is that if you and a couple of your people within the party feel
Yes, sir.
you have a special interest that you want to you want the party to take a position, you approach the party, you have filled out the forms, you've done the normal procedure, the party will present you with a letter recognizing you as a support group. So
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
that is exactly what happened with. So there are people who are passionate about Vice President Osinbajo coming as
Yes, sir.
people that went to the secretariat. They registered their support group for that particular purpose. Now, the party, as long as they are members, the party has no right to deny them of it. So it is not like it's a pointer to anything. And the swagger team, most of their agitation is regional. The agitation is, we want this thing to come to the Southwest agenda. So for them, everybody, there are so many people in the Southwest that, you know, that people have been saying, oh, this person is running for president. It's the governor of Ekiti. There is the vice president. There is the national leader. But none of these people have declared that they are contesting for any of these positions. But definitely what we are seeing is, we are seeing a situation where, you know, supporters of this group of these candidates or of this potential candidate, because everybody has a potential or wish candidate. So most of them are beginning to work beforehand to see how they can start putting structures together. So they are support groups. Now, by the time, if and when the vice president says he wants to run, if he declares today and he opens his campaign office, he's also going to have a lot of support groups that are going to come there and register. You will have Northern Youth for PYO. You have Southern Youth for PYO. You have Southern Youth for PYO. So all of these things, so basically what I'm telling you is that there is no rancor. It is not as if the party is favoring one part against the other. The swagger group, their goal is clear. Their goal is, we want this thing for the Southwest.
All right, sir. So, Mr. Shagun, what are your 2023 projections? What do you think about 2023?
Well, considering the fact that, I say this with all humility, you know, considering everything that's happened in the country, I think that it is utterly wrong that by the time, I mean, we shouldn't be talking about elections, when we have current issues. 2023 is still about 1.5 years away. So for anybody to say they have a prediction, I mean,
ambition for 2023?
Well, that is obvious. There are divisions within APC, and of course, in every other party as well. We always have divisions where we have people. And looking at the way APC was formed, they were formed along some clear divided lines. So definitely, you have people reorganizing along interest lines. So we cannot remove that from politics. That is part of the politicking process. So you always have that. So it depends on who has the upper hand at the end of the day, who can convince the majority. And that is the beauty of democracy. It's about the majority. So if you can convince them or you can align with them, you get the ticket or you get the opportunity to contest or to serve. So that is normal. That's normal.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that opinion. Now, let's say it's sort of a rumor, but do you think that Buhari would actually be interested in, let's say, running for a third term or probably supporting any of the present possible candidates for 2023?
Well, I think OBJ was the only president that has had opportunity at attempting a third term. I don't think that will work in Nigeria. I don't think the Nigerian populace will buy the agenda of someone going again for a third term. But nothing is impossible in this world. So it will not be surprising if the Mr. President makes an attempt, but I doubt that will happen. So we are not likely going to see a third time attempt.
Understood, sir. Mr. Shego, I have this question for you. At some point, hello? At some point, it was said that Buhari and Tinubu had a sort of misunderstanding earlier this year. But seeing as Buhari has gone to visit Tinubu at his London home when he was, receiving treatment, do you think that discord has been settled between two of them? Hello, Mr. Shego, are you with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I don't know where this news is coming from about the discord between, the president and Ashwad Bola. From my understanding, and I say this as somebody who is not in the room with them, or on their staff, but from my understanding and from the understanding of members of this party, the president has never involved himself. He has never between church and state. Allow me to use the analogy. Church in sense of the government, governance, administration, and state in terms of government, governance, and administration, and church in terms of the party. Now, to an extent, to a very great extent, the understanding was that Ashwaju would most definitely be holding down the party structure, which has happened. They returned same candidate. He was able to ensure that we won in 2015. And in 2019, I'm not sure if you remember, he was the co-chairman of the campaign council alongside with the president. So a lot of people, maybe because of our picture narrative in Nigeria, a lot of people see, I see this person and this person in the picture, they are friendly. I don't see this person and they are not. I mean, the Ashwaju has always given respect to, the president. He's not a frequent visitor in the villa. He doesn't go there all the time. He doesn't have to manage his president. So I'm very sure they have channels of communication, which they don't necessarily have to call the media in or every other person in or on. So the idea that there was a few, definitely, we are all humans. There's definitely maybe at some point, maybe there was an issue personally, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there's been any issue of, oh, this person has been sidelined or this person has been sidelined.
Okay, sir. Let me just quickly ask this. From social media, the general public are saying that if Tinubu should become president after 2023's election, that it might signal a beginning of another medical tourism, like the current president, Muhammad Buhari, has, embarked on throughout his administration.
Well, I understand those concerns and I respect those concerns. I think medical tourism is one of the things, that we're looking at. But again, and I'm sorry to say this, when it comes to health, when it comes to human health, especially when it comes to a situation where, for instance, let's take the president. The president is the number one figure in the country. In fact, he's living or dying. The economy depends on it. The stock market depends on it. The political stability of the country depends on it. Africa is not a small continent. Nigeria is not a small continent in Africa. We have about 200 million people. So if there is political instability in Nigeria, it's going to create a catastrophe for the world. So I believe that, yes, we should do everything we can to end medical tourism once and for all, but not at the risk of, saying, okay, just to prove a point, we allow our president to die. I mean, what sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to a lot of people as well.
So some other people beg to differ that should it be done? Should it then be at the risk of the general public's health?
Let me learn. So what I'm saying is that yes, we should be concerned about the public, or about the state of our hospitals, about doctors, about all of those issues that are plaguing the health ministry and everything that has to do with it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we should leverage the life of the most important person in the country. And that's why I said I'm sorry, because everybody is equal. But the president is the person that represents us. So if he's ill, I do not see any reason why he can't go outside and get treatment. Now, what happened with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Right now, we have not even done a convention. We have not done the presidential primaries. We've not had the general election. We're already thinking towards the fact that, if Tinubu becomes president, will this medical tourism continue? So I think when we get to that river, we'll cross it. There are so many of the things that that is being done in the medical sector right now, and I know that so much more will be done before we get to that point where we have to start having these debates again. But for me, I believe that whatever the case may be, if there is a means to take care of an illness or something that, at least you can, anywhere else in the world that you can get this sort of treatment. These things happen all the time. World leaders are routinely, President Musa Yar'Adua was out of the country for a long time. The concern of most people at that point wasn't about medical tourism. It was about, he did not hand over to his vice president. This president has done that on multiple occasions. And I believe that he has set a tradition and trajectory that every other president will take for going forward. So I believe that is what we should be looking at. And then we should also be focused on ensuring that our health, medical and all of that is up to date. Because believe me, if you think that president not going out of the country for a medical practitioner is an issue, he can build himself a state-of-the-art clinic and fly in doctors. That is not going to solve the problem of health in this country. So people to the two at side. It's not. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's right. Right, I believe that it's a very, very important conversation that we need to have and continue to have and continue to use to hold our leaders in check. Because to a great extent, it goes a long way in helping to say, okay, Why are you going out of the country to get treatment? We have issues in the hospitals here. But at the same time, we have seen major advancements in our health sector currently.
Hello, Mr. Adeolu, are you still there with us, sir? Can you please react to Mr. Shegun's commentary on the whole medical tourism?
A particular concern, when you call on people that are not members of, are basically giving them an opportunity to hear that he is not a member of the party. So when you ask people who are not members of the APC to analyze issues that are happening from the APC, they'll be analyzing based on what they see on social media and based on their personal bias, which may be negative or positive towards the APC. So I think that the media should do more. You cannot ask somebody else to come and analyze the situation of another person's family. It's not right. I don't think it's possible. I don't think that should be happening. And I believe that I think that he has put paid to the question that he too doesn't know or whatever the case may be. But most of the projections he has put out there is based on things he has read, probably on social media, things that have been trended and been pushed out. So he might not necessarily have the proper understanding to be able to comment on the issues that has to do with APC because he has said he's a member. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Mr. Adeolu, do you have any other thing else to say?
On the issue of the medical tourism, I think leaders should lead by examples and reverse that trajectory. The president can do much more better than what we currently have in the health sector. Definitely, you cannot stop anyone from seeking a good health care. But what we're saying is that majority of the people are left without a good health care. So it should be a concern to every leader to see how they can improve what we currently have. What we currently have is not what you will wish for an average citizen. So they should lead by example. I've not heard that any of the top leaders have visited any teaching hospital in person to know what is happening. They just delegate it to either their minister or anybody in the ministry. We need to have visible leadership. We need to have leadership that really understands what the people are feeling at the grassroots, not just working on feedback. And on the issue of not understanding what is going on in the APC, of course, if you are not an APC member, you will not understand what is going on. But whatever is happening in the APC affects all of us. And based on the fact that it affects all of us, we will continue to comment on what we see as the outcome of whatever is happening in their affairs or in their family as it is. So it is still within our right to comment and to hear our views on what we expect from the APC as a party, currently holding the power at the center. So for me, we should just do the best to change the course of this country. Nobody can really say, if we want to be truthful to ourselves, nobody can really say that he likes and he feels that Nigeria is on the right path. We need to change that direction.
Lastly, sir, speaking on changing the country and putting the country on the right path, how do you suggest or how do you recommend that we move Nigeria forward?
Well, we need to continue to have this discussion and this conversation, and we need to begin to separate emotion from our decisions. In 2014, a lot of decisions were made based on sentiment and emotion. We repeated the same thing in 2019, and we are going to repeat the same thing in 2023. We've tested PDP, we've tested APC. There's no difference. In fact, all PDP, most of the PDP are in APC now. So it's not about whether I'm in APC or PDP or ADC. It's about we, especially as the younger generation, asking questions, holding our leaders accountable until we stop all these I don't want to use the word psychophancy, or they will stop all this sentimental way of dealing with politicians. We're not going to get anything right. They will continue to give you bread, give you butter, give you indomie, during elections. You vote for them, they go back to whatever they want to do. In 3 years, they come again and start to do some paparazzi. For me, as youth, we should start asking them questions. They should come back and we sit them down and ask questions. Then they will take us seriously. But if you continue all this party ceremony and affairs, we'll not see a change. So for me, it starts from asking the right question, holding the leaders accountable, and making careful decisions in leadership or selection. For me, if we start doing that, we will begin to get things right.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to hear from you also, Mr. Shegun.
Okay, so thank you very much. Well, for me, I think that one of the worst crimes, that's one of the worst moral crimes that a civilian can commit is claiming neutrality when it comes to when it comes to politics, or when it comes to how you want your government to be run. I have a problem with people who cannot own their party or the choice of their candidacy. It is utterly wrong and reprehensible. And I'm happy, to debate my very good friend on this, to say that the APC were criticized, the APC were criticized, the PDP, and they are the same. No, they are not. No, they are not. I mean, you might not, I don't know if you are in Nigeria. I don't know if you live in this country. But if you do, you will probably want to check in on what the APC has done with the People's Front, especially in the APC government, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of social, creating a social safety net. And most of, we have the foreign direct investment is going through the roof. And all of these are happening in a situation where oil is being sold for less than the amount, less than half the amount it was when PDP was in power. And I know that when we go into an election, the people, yes, they have a right to ask questions. But what we, the younger generation, must do is that we must not sit this thing out. You see, people like my friend there, when they see people like us in politics, they call us psychopaths. And the reason they do that is because they want us to be hot and to become armchair fences. You cannot change anything.
Understood, sir.
Your talk cannot change anything. You can talk from now to 100 years' time. As long as you're not in the room where the decision is being taken, you will never, ever make a real change. As long as you are not participating. Because you can have an ideal candidate all you want. You can want Barack Obama to be president of Nigeria. Unless you can help him within the party system, whether be it PDP, be it APC, to win the convention, it's not even going to appear on the ballots.
Understood, sir.
All the talks that you have had, what is going to happen? It's going to come down to this. And this is what the democracy we have chosen is the democracy of participation. If you do not participate, if you think talking and ranting on social media is participation, I'm very, very sorry, my friend. You are wrong. And I am very happy to be participating in politics. And I encourage a lot of young people to participate.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for your comments, sir.
Because the only way that you can change the system. No, please don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. It's the only way you can change the
Apologies,
system.
sir. Please
for you to get in there. It's for you to get in there and understand the system. How can you change the system you don't understand? If you call my friend on the other side, ask him to take over this country today. Ask him to take over the country, become the leader. Yes, do it. You think it's not going to happen? The only way it can happen is for you to understand the system. It's for you to understand how the system works, so that you can know where it is being broken. You cannot just sit down in your chair and talk the system into becoming good again. If you think that we don't have conversation with leaders in our party, we do. In the last concluded Progressive Youth Conference, we told them what we wanted at the party level, at the convention.
Hello, sir. We can't seem to hear. I think your network is breaking up, sir.
Conditions. We want people in this particular office. We don't want this particular. And we were able to get all these concessions within our party. Where they sit down, whether abroad or at home, and say that, the only way we can make things work is to tell our leaders the truth. What do you think they're going to do with the truth? You're not going to do anything with it unless you are the ones that is implementing the truth yourself, my brother. Please, I beg you in the name of God. You are not a member of the party right now. Go and join the political party, even if it is PDP.
Thank you very much,
the
sir.
only way we
because
can
of time, sir, we'll have to
from within the political party. I thank you, and I apologize for taking too much of your time.
It's fine, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your commentary. And thank you also, Mr. Adeolu. We promise and hope to see you in future episodes of the show, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Adeolu, thank you also for joining us today. We hope to have you on another episode of our show. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your comments. All right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we would continue with other segments of the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hello Africa, brought to you by Blackdom TV from the city of Lagos. And I'm not doing the show alone. I have with me Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite.
Of course.
A very interesting interview session with Mr. Adeolu and also with Mr. Shegun, who has given us in-depth analysis on the current arrival of the national chairman and leader of the APC, in person of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was quite engaging, don't you think, Favorite?
Yeah, you know, sometimes I just feel like leave the political gurus to always have their say, and it's better they just give their opinions. If I was going to be a part of that conversation, I'd really have a lot more to say, but then it was best that he had his lines and Mr. Shegun and Mr. Adeolu had his own points, and Mr. Shegun had their points. We look forward to having them in the studio again, so they will be able to physically tell us.
And thank you so much for your analysis. Yeah. All right, so moving on to the entertainment news. The first one says, many women are asking me out, Bibi Niger's white money.
Yeah, so ever since his emergence as winner of the Big Brother Niger reality TV show. White Money has told lots of interviewers or media bodies about how people have been coming to his DMs. Ladies have been coming to his DMs and saying all manner of love stories to him and telling him how.
Why are you calling it love stories? They're asking him out.
Well, that's his kind of person. So he has a way of winning the hearts of people, both men and women, not sexually or not emotionally, but then with all form of his whole
charisma.
Character. Yeah, charisma. So, but then this time around, he said lots of women have been asking him about his love life and love affairs, and he said, well, he's open to relationships because he hasn't been in anyone since 2015, and he's looking forward to establishing one now. He doesn't mind, and nobody should think
since
because
2016.
of his appearance.
15. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's like 6 years.
Well, I just pray he finds love.
Wow. 6 whole years.
He should be able to carry on with his love affair.
This is more than single Pringle. This is single wine. All right, moving on. I'm not sure flat tummy and six packs are God's plan for mankind. Amen. Glory to God.
Oh, yeah. So, finally.
He said finally.
I've always waited for his own bit of workout. Lots of actors have been returning back to the gym to get the, I don't know how
summer
body. Summer body, yeah, exactly. But then, of course, he had a different opinion by the time he visited the gym, and he took to his Instagram page and said he's not sure babies were born with flat tummies, and so God didn't have the intention that man would ever have six packs and
I mean, do you see the intense workout you have to go through to have six packs? I'm pretty sure it's not part of God's plan. It's not. It can't be.
It's up to him now. He's decided. I just feel like people who want to have these things should have them. It's not about what God's plan is and what God wouldn't be punishing you if you decided to have a good body.
And God would also not, bless you if you decide to have a good body.
Yeah, so
it's all the same.
But then, of course, he had his own opinions, and he told
with that I share. I'm definitely sharing his opinion.
You definitely like that.
All right. So, Google Ultimate Search announces Toke Makinwa as their anchor for this new, we will say a return season.
The return season, exactly. So, well, for me, I feel like.
It's more like a feminine power kind of drive thing.
Not exactly.
I think back to back, we've always had a male anchor for the show. Remember?
Yeah, but then if they were going to, I'm not against Toke Makinwa's.
Oh no, not at all.
Assuming
she's
the
good.
Position, but then judging the kind of reality TV
that
show
she
this
hosts
is, I feel like a more energetic and more.
I'd have gone with Kate.
Yeah, exactly.
Kate Henshaw,
because,
hands down.
There are lots of other actresses and celebrities who are doing well with body, and you'd tell their agility, and flexibility in this kind of a game. But then having to take someone, I wouldn't know her personally, and I don't know what she's capable of, aside what we see on the internet. Maybe there's another side of her that we're about to experience now.
I think it would be nice to explore.
Whatever it is,
it's nice to get familiar with that kind of part.
We can't wait to see what the show has this time around.
All right, so this one says there's nothing wrong in a man asking his wife for a DNA test. Actress Chineye Uyanna says. Well, I second that opinion as well, because these days it would be wrong for a married man to assume that just because he's married to a woman, the kids that they both have are his. So in order to be on the safe side, let's get some paternity tests and know who belongs to who.
If there's a sincerity in the marriage, whatever actions are to be taken, they just both have to communicate, and then of course whatever they want to do is allowed.
All right, but don't just go on assuming because you guys are married. All right. Lastly, for the first half of the entertainment news, it says why my relationship with Mercy Eke crashed. Reality star Ike Onyema. Ike Onyema.
So Ike took to his page recently and made known to his followers that he had, in an interview rather, and then he told his followers that, or he told his viewers that the relationship he had with Mercy wasn't exactly the kind he wanted. He always wanted a relationship with a very intelligent lady who would probably have a life going and would be able to pay attention to him and also be able to have her own career going as well. he will be able to have deep conversations with her and have very intellectual conversations. Well, for me, I felt it was a hit on Mercy.
Because I was going to ask, are you saying she's,
remembering what it was like in the house way back during their time at the house, you could tell Mercy wasn't the kind of person who likes
for deep conversations.
Yeah, she wasn't exactly always available to have those kind of conversations, probably from where she's coming from. But then, coming out to expose this or tell your viewers that this is what it is was just a thing that he wanted, and I'm sure he's been holding back for a while. He decided to lash out recently, and of course Mercy also gave her reply, although lots of fans were saying he's been too loud and too out about it because Mercy hasn't said anything ever since they broke up, until unfortunately Mercy responded to his post before morning today, and she also said why she felt the relationship didn't work out.
Well, why did she feel the relationship didn't work out?
I would rather let you go do that, that check, because right now it seems like this is going to be a table they both want to start breaking. But
all right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll bring the other half of the entertainment news. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Hello Africa. We are still running our entertainment segment, and with me on the show is Favor, who likes to be called Favorite, and I am Adebisi Pelumi, simply busy. All right, moving on with the second half of the entertainment news. This one says, Kim Kardashian makes jest of self. Family has host of Saturday Night Live. So Kim hosted the Saturday Night Live, and she took some major roast on herself, regarding her sex tape, that made her popular, and then this very popular quotes that she dropped. No publicity is bad publicity. Yeah, exactly. So, and then after 15 seasons of the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, probably this is like the next career for her, maybe hosting late night TV shows, or who knows, maybe she's just doing it. Bottom line is she's doing it, she's having fun, and she's getting paid for it. So kudos to Kim Kardashian.
She doesn't have time for any other thing. Lawmaker Bimbo Daramola to sponsor Nigerian Skit Award.
The Nigerian skit industry has produced tremendous talents and created a lot of employment for a lot of young people out there. So the lawmaker, Bimbo Daramola, decided, let's acknowledge and award their efforts here. It's a legally and moral way to make money. Do you understand? To generate revenue.
Of them, lots of
exactly. So, let's just encourage them and, and put, so I think it's a good thing. It's a good one.
Okay, Obi Kubana voted 2021 Man of the Year.
Surprisingly, he defeated Sheyi Makinde, governor of Oyo State, defeated chairman of the UBA group, Tony Elumelu, and Mr. Abdul Rabiu, chairman and founder of the BUA group, to clinch the position Man of the Year. Obi Kubana.
He's been in the news.
Although the voting was done online, so hey, democracy at its finest.
Okay, this one says you've not had a child until you have had a daughter, Reno Omokri.
That's a little bit emotional for me, but here's what he said in a tweet. He said, when my dad was ill, my sister left her top-level job in Abuja to care for him. My other sister left a successful business to work shifts with her. None of us boys left our businesses or jobs, yet you complain you have only girls. Don't wait till your old age before you know that you have not had a child until you have had a daughter. Cherish your daughters. You are the first man they will love, so set a good example or they may be drawn to abusive relationships because you never taught them what love is. Care for them when they are young and they will care for you when you are old. I mean, this is a sentimental thing to post and it's very emotional, but I think
with him. He has his
same,
opinions all the
exactly.
time.
This is what I was even going to say.
The fact that
waiting to old age is not the reason why you should have daughters. I mean, they're like other.
I've seen people who have just male children and
the male children take, exactly, they take care of them. They cook, they clean the house, they do stuff.
You just have to. Anyways, I don't want to seem like I'm coming at him, but
you're already coming at him. You already trade some jabs there.
He should calm down with the kind of things he says.
He says, yeah.
His opinions are entitled to him, though. Okay, sex tape, how it got leaked, singer Tiwa Savage.
I really feel sad for Tiwa on this one.
I don't, because I just feel like these people know how to just bring themselves back in the news. I mean, what exactly have you seen about the sex tape? Have you actually seen a tape?
Out of respect to her, no, I chose not to pursue it.
Because there's no tape. So the news has just been trending and trending, but we've not seen anything.
Oh, you want to see the tape?
If there is a tape and
I'm not asking if there is a tape, I'm asking if you want to see the tape. Okay, to verify her claims.
Yeah, of course, because you don't bring something to the news and make everyone see it, raising unnecessary conversations from different people. People are coming at her. And those things are what instigates more fights, because some people have the opinion that you're an older woman, blah, blah, blah. Some others have several other opinions about it. But then having different people come talk about your private life, you are the one who brought this to the internet first.
Yeah, because she said she wanted to, come out, clear the air, so that in case anyone sees any video anywhere, there's no, speculation or anything. She has already cleared the air.
So it's been like 3 days since she cleared the air about this.
I mean, when someone blackmails you, like, okay, in the words of Harvey Specter from the series Suits, when someone pulls out a gun on you, you either take the gun from their hand, or you pull out a bigger gun, or you do 1,001 other things. Well, do you understand? And one of the things she decided to do while being blackmailed for a sex tape was to come out and say, "Look, I have a sex tape. It got leaked accidentally on Snapchat, and by the time my partner deleted it, someone already had access to it." Yeah. And the person is asking for a lot of money. So our own opinion is, what if she settles this person now, and then 2 months later the person definitely come back? The months after that, the year after that. And she's not going to allow the person build head on her house now. So, yes, it's natural. I was with my partner. We're having sex. We got filmed, which is okay. I mean, she wasn't cheating. She was with the person she's currently dating. So, all I'm saying is, why would you even video it in the first place? Why make a sex tape about you and your partner?
That's up to her.
That's up to okay. Yeah.
All right. So at this point, we'll take a break. Quick one. When we get back, of course, it's going to be our sport update with BC. Be right back.
Welcome back to the show. It's time for the sports updates. I am at DBC Belumi. Simply BC before favorite challenges me for calling it the exact way he likes to call it. All right, so the first one says Tyson Fury knocks out Deontay Wilder to retain WBC title in heavyweight fight for the ages. In a brutal roller coaster fight in front of 15,820 fans, the 33-year-old Briton regrouped and put Wilder down in the 10th round before delivering 2 enormous right hands to win the bout with a knockout. Shots like that end careers, Fury told reporters. I just hope that he's okay because he took a lot of punishments tonight. Don't ever doubt me, Fury said. When the chips are down, I will always deliver. I give him the glory for the victory. He's a tough man. He took some big shots tonight. It was a great fight tonight as well as any trilogy in history. Fury and Wilder had shared a controversial draw in Los Angeles in 2018 before the Britons secured a 7th-round knockout in the second fight 20 months ago. Also, Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel backs Jorginho for Ballon d'Or win. Thomas Tuchel believes Chelsea midfielder Jorginho deserves to win the Ballon d'Or after an incredibly successful season for club and country. The 29-year-old won the Champions League with Chelsea at the end of May before playing a pivotal role in Italy's Euro 2020 triumph and was among the 30 players shortlisted for the Ballon d'Or on Friday. Lionel Messi is the bookmakers' favourite to win the prestigious award for the record 7th time next month, but Tuchel believes Jorginho should be awarded for his efforts when the winner is announced in Paris on November 29. World Cup qualifier Super Eagles defeat CAR 2-0. Nigeria had the last laugh in Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier after beating the Central African Republic 2-0 in Cameroon on Sunday. Rangers defender Leon Balogun, who was held responsible for the first leg defeat, broke the deadlock, scoring for the Super Eagles in the 32nd minute after latching on to the long throw from captain Ahmed Musa. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen doubled Nigeria's lead before the referee called halftime, scoring with an assist from Trust Ekong inside Lefebvre's 18-yard box, taking the lead into the second half. Neymar says 2022 World Cup at Qatar will be his last. Brazil international Neymar Jr. has revealed that the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup would be his last at the international level. The Paris Saint-Germain star told Dazan in an interview that he was unsure of his mental capacity to handle the demands of the sport. He said, and I quote, "I think it's my last World Cup. Man, I think it will be my last World Cup," Neymar said. "I am facing it like the last World Cup because I don't know whether I'll be able to mentally to endure more soccer. I will do everything possible to get there very well," he added, and also said, "I will do all I can to win it with my country and realize my dream, the biggest since my childhood. I hope I can achieve it." Turkish Grand Prix result. Valtteri Bottas beat furious Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen to victory. The furious Lewis Hamilton surrendered the World Championship lead to Max Verstappen after finishing 5th at the Turkish Grand Prix on Sunday. Valtteri Bottas took the checkered flag at a damp Istanbul park ahead of Verstappen and Sergio Perez, with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc 4th. But Hamilton, who stayed only 11th after an engine penalty, pointed the finger at his Mercedes team for putting him onto new tires in the closing stages. Hamilton was on course to finish 3rd with the same rubber he started the race on before Mercedes' safety-first approach. Hamilton questioned the decision to stop and snapped, saying, and I quote, "Leave me alone," when race engineer Peter Bonton informed him of the gap to Pierre Gasly in 6th. Hamilton said, a curse word, "Man, why did you give up that place?" he added. Had Hamilton finished 3rd, he would have been a sole point behind Verstappen. As it stands, he's now 6 points adrift. That's a wrap on our sports segments. Favorite will be joining us as we move to our interesting segment, which is the Weird Fact. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. My name is Adibisi Pelumi, simply BC. I'm doing the show with Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite. Yeah. Time to go into the weird facts. Favorite, do us the honors of telling us today's first weird fact.
Okay, so our first one says the position you sleep in is linked to your personality.
Oh, really?
When you fall asleep at night, do you prefer to be in a fetal position, flat on your back or sprawled out on your stomach? There may be more to how you sleep than just what makes you comfortable, according to sleep experts, having found a correlation between a person's preferred nightly position and their personality. For instance, director of the sleep assessment and advisory service, Chris Idzikowski, explained that people who opt for the fetal position may appear tough, but are actually sensitive souls right to their core. That was a long read.
That was a very long read. And I didn't even know there was a sleep assessment and advisory service.
I just found out too.
I mean, there's someone I know who's a presenter who would do well in that service. I know he's a good friend of mine, actually. All right, moving on to the next weird fact. Tulips were once more valuable than gold. The University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign horticultural educator Martha Smith notes in a 2011 article that back in the 1620s, tulips were worth more than gold. Why were these particular plants so pricey? Initially, the tulip was a rarity only the very wealthy could afford. She further explains, indeed, at the time, a single Rembrandted type bulb reached the equivalent of $1,500. which was 10 times the annual income of a skilled craftsman or the price of a large house. Thank God I wasn't born in that time, because I don't see how a flower will be worth more than gold.
I've seen this everywhere in a couple of places.
All right.
Okay, so you could once win Olympic medals for art and music. These days, the Olympic Games are top athletes from all over the world come together. Where top athletes from all over the world come together to compete. However, between 1912 and 1948, the international event also handed out medals for creative practices such as painting, sculpture, architecture, literature, and music. This tradition ended, though, when it was decided that the artist professionals' pursuits conflicted with the nature of the competition.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Seems like we have a bulky word facts today.
Bulky and very unnecessary long lines.
Okay. Sunlight triggers romantic passion. It has been known for many years now that the ultraviolet radiation from sunlight increases testosterone levels in males. And we also know that sunlight plays a major role in both the behavioral and hormonal regulation of sexuality. Explains Kamit Levi, who was behind a study published by Cell Reports in 2021. That research found that ultraviolet blue light, which also comes from sunlight, boosts romantic passion in both genders. I haven't experienced it before, but I look forward to experiencing that kind of thing.
So I've just been trying out this next one, but then I don't even understand. You typically only breathe out of one nostril at a time. Yes, your nostrils share the work when it comes to inhaling, but it's a little more complicated than you might think, rather than both nostrils taking in the same amount of air when you breathe in. Let's move on, please. I'm not about to read all that.
All right, urea, a chemical that is found in urine, is added to tobacco products to enhance flavor. What is wrong with people and urine to things that people consume?
Anyways, this one, thank God I'm not here.
Jesus, you might have gone your entire life without knowing what urea is, but now you'll be able to tell others that it's a chemical found in human urine. It's also something that's added to some tobacco products in order to enhance their flavor, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. You people have to stop messing with urine. There are a lot of other things you can mess with. Raspberry, strawberry, pineapple.
Right. This one says, water makes different pouring sounds depending on its temperature, okay? If you listen very closely, hot water and cold water sound different when being poured. The heat changes the thickness or viscosity of the water, which changes the pitch of the sound it makes when it's poured. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. I think. All right, this one says you have a nail in you. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a minute to just quickly understand what I want to read. You have a nail in your body, or at least the components of one. Iron is an important nutrient that human body needs. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen, which is necessary for producing energy throughout the body. That's why an iron deficiency can present itself with feelings of exhaustion. Amazingly, a healthy adult has about 3 grams of iron, enough that if it were pulled out and melted down, it could form a nail up to 3 inches long. Okay, that explains why vampires are very strong. Moving on.
America's first bank robber deposited the money back into the same bank at the Bank of Philadelphia on August 1st, 1798. Wow. A sum of $162,821 was stolen from the vault. Oh, wow. There was no sign of forced entry, so it was thought to be an inside job. Patrick Lyon was imprisoned as the prime suspect, as he had been the carpenter that worked on the vault doors. But then they realized a man named Isaac Davis had been depositing large sums of money into the Bank of Philadelphia. It turned out he was one of the robbers involved. In 1799, Lyon was freed, and Davis only ended up repaying the money without serving a day in jail, quite unfortunately.
No, I mean, someone else served the jail term, so hey, just pay up the money and let's get this over with. Okay, lastly on today's episode of A Weird Fact, eating your offspring, apologies. Eating your offspring may be a sign of good parenting in some species. The thought of any creature devouring its babies may be horrific to us, but for some animals, such as certain fish, reptiles, and amphibians, that's not the case. According to 2019 research published in Frontiers in Ecology and Evolution, among these creatures, sacrificing some of their young via cannibalism may be a way to help their other offspring survive when overcrowding becomes a problem. Just be like the sharks, all right? Tiger sharks is really easy. The eggs hatch inside the mother, and then whoever is the biggest or the strongest eats the rest that are small, and then she just gives birth to one. It's really that simple. Why are you not eating your own children yourself? It's just not healthy. It's been a beautiful time and a great episode today on Hello Africa. Thank you all for joining us on today's episode. A big shout out and thanks to our guests, Mr. Adeolu and also Mr. Shegun, for joining us for that interesting interview and giving us their own analysis and opinions. Thank you, Favorites, for holding the show down today with us. You've been
it's been a great show.
Yeah, it has. Has really been. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, Simply BC. See you all in the next episode. And remember, guys, wear a nose mask, stay safe, and get vaccinated.
Of course, today we'll end on this note. Of course, have a great week and make sure you enjoy the rest of the productive week. My name is Favor Aya, but I like to be called Favorite. See you again, same time.